you hate the fourth? Tell Andrew why you hate the fourth. I don't know. Why do you hate it?
Don't
When you say
ever
tell
use,
Andrew, it
don't
feels like I'm
ever
in
use,
therapy.
right, don't ever use that as a third. Don't ever do that. That sounded so creepy. Don't ever do that ever again.
Okay, then tell
Absolutely
Maddie
don't.
why you hate the fourth while Andrew listens.
I know
I'll
why
tell
she
the
hates
whole.
the fourth.
Yeah, I can tell the whole chat. They've heard it a million times
All right.
today. I
All right,
feel
why do
like
you
the
hate it?
4th of July is celebrated as America's independence. I feel like not everybody in America is free from oppression. Not everybody in America is free, and I think that in order for us to get our independence, we had to colonize a bunch of indigenous people. We had
Well,
to kill people in
what
order to get it.
freedoms
And
do you think?
there's nothing. Wait,
Oh,
but hold on, Andrew.
all
Do
right.
we celebrate? Do we celebrate? And do we do that?
No, I don't think that that's what
Like,
people are celebrating ever. No.
right, but when you think about the 4th of July and how this country got its independence and how this country was created, it was literally of an entire group of people. No.
No.
I mean, we can be real about that, right?
That-
Indigenous people were here before
Yeah,
us. Christopher Columbus didn't just sail up
Well,
on the
Christopher
shore and end
Columbus
up with
wasn't
a
an
empty-
American. He was a Spaniard.
Okay, that's not what I asked you.
Well, but that's what I'm saying to you is like, no, the 4th of July is us celebrating our independence from England and shrugging off a king. I would think that leftists and progressives would love that, right? They don't like kings. In fact, wasn't the whole thing like
Everybody
No
gets
King's
free.
Day recently?
Oh my god. Did everybody
Okay.
get freedom whenever we gained our independence?
No, of course not.
Okay, so then that's why I don't celebrate it, because not everybody got freedom.
Well, they all
Not
have their
everybody
freedom now.
today here. No, they don't.
They don't.
Who doesn't?
There's still systematic oppression still in this country.
Well, can you tell me
We have
what freedoms do you think that other people don't have that I have in this country if they're citizens of it?
Okay, well, we're going to end up talking about a conversation that I know that you're going to crash out about. And I don't want you to crash out, but I know you're going to crash out because every time I bring up this topic, you kind of crash out. So don't crash out. Can we
I feel
agree
like
that you're not gonna
right
crash
now
out?
you're crashing out, honestly. About crashing
I'm
about
crashing
you're
out by
crashing out
asking
about a
you not to
potential
crash out?
you're crashing out about potential crash outs.
I'm not crashing out. I'm explaining to you our previous conversation and how you've crashed out when we start talking about race, right?
I'm playing Fortnite. If I crash out, that's the thing.
I don't think I've
You
crashed
crashed
out about it.
country music and white people. You did.
That is
You
not
absolutely
that is a
You were
mischaracterization. Come
making
on.
it's on my profile. It's literally you're on my profile going.
Was it hilarious?
It was really obnoxious.
No, come on. It was all right.
we
Let's
just
get
agree
into
that
all
you're
right.
not gonna crash out?
No one's gonna crash out. Go ahead.
Okay, don't crash out. So you as a white man, right, do not have the same freedoms as other people. Let's talk specifically about the camps, right? Like Delaney Hall, where right now migrants who are within this facility, or Hispanic people, or Latino people, or individuals who are in this facility right now, who are protesting because they have a lack of access to medical care, a lack of access to proper care when it comes to food, and right now they have zero air conditioning. And they're not attempting to transfer them. They're not attempting to fix the air conditioning. They're literally, there's 5, 6, 7 ambulances that left just today carrying people who had heat stroke because there's no air conditioning. That's what the whole thing is about. So we have literal
these citizens of this
in
nation.
our country. Do you know that the Constitution doesn't just protect the citizens of this nation?
It was intended to.
But it doesn't.
Yeah, but it was intended
regardless
to.
of the intent, right? But regardless of the intention, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Our constitutional rights.
So the right to air conditioning shall not be infringed.
Are we going to be disingenuous?
I mean, I don't feel like I'm
being
being very. I don't feel like I'm being
That's
very
why I don't
disingenuous.
like having a conversation with him.
It is
exactly why.
disingenuous.
How is it
you know
disingenuous?
That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, let's dive into the specifics.
Okay.
Let's dive into the specifics.
Everybody that's in Delaney Hall or in any of these camps have all
hang
of
on.
them
First
had
of
their
all,
right
how
to
are
due
they?
process.
Well, how are they? You know what a camp was, right?
I'm a woman whose grandmother.
Then
was,
how are these in any way
burned
parallel
in
to a
actual
Then how are
concentration
these
camps,
in
what
any
we're
way
talking
parallel to a camp? Don't you think that that's
Sure.
loading the language on purpose?
Nope, absolutely not. I can
Okay, so
explain
how
to
are they
you
in any
how.
way parallel? Go ahead.
So okay, so first let's pull up what a camp is, right?
Okay.
Can you answer my question though while I'm doing this?
Well, I would like to take it one step at a time and make sure we clarify the language.
I asked very specifically a question before we brought this up. I said, are all the detainees of all of these places, have they all had due process?
I don't know. Depends on the detainee. Do you have a specific case?
Every single one of them. Have they all had due process? What is due process per the Constitution?
Due process under law. It's going to extend the
Correct.
rights for trials and the rights for you to go through various trial procedures.
Due process is not just for trials, Andrew. You know better.
Well, trial
Don't be disingenuous.
trial procedures, I said.
They have a right to what?
What do they have a right to?
Okay, so we're going to start with the definition of due process.
Okay.
So a camp is a facility where large groups of people, such as political dissidents, minority groups, or prisoners of war, are detained without trial, typically under harsh conditions. They fundamentally differ from prisons by operating outside the normal legal framework, often to purpose or prosecute, force labor, or intimidate.
Okay. So now
which
you're
leads right into our next conversation.
Well, hang on real quick. I just want to make sure that we got this right. Where did you pull that definition of up? Did you? Because it looks like you just pulled up an AI.
California Baptist,
that was just an AI overview, right?
Correct. Correct. I used AI overview, but also.
And that AI overview.
Three sources.
Well, hang on. That AI overview linked to Wikipedia because I'm looking at it right now.
Philosophy Now.
No, it links. It doesn't. Philosophy Now does not actually.
UCLA.
None of them.
UCL.
None of those actually have that definition. You're reading the Wikipedia definition, which is what that AI overview links to. And you wouldn't use Wikipedia as a source because that would be bad, right?
It's the same definition I've used since forever, so we'll go to the actual definition.
Yeah.
How about let's talk about the. Do you want to talk about the museum that defines what a is?
Sure.
Okay. So use camps to contain prisoners in one place. The administration of the camps had a distinct disregard for inmates' lives and health. As a result, tens of thousands of people were punished within the camps.
So then these are nothing.
Was set up as a detention center for so-called enemies of the state initially. These people were primarily political prisoners, but soon to include Jehovah's Witnesses, homosexuals, and so-called asocialists.
So these are
nothing. I gave you.
These are nothing like
concentration definition.
Camps. These are not. These are literally nothing like the.
What do you mean?
Nothing
I just
like
told you. Wait, the first thing we talked about, Andrew, is the complete disregard for human rights within these places that are within our country right now. I told you they have no air conditioning, lack of food, lack of access to medical care.
Hang on, calm
down.
No,
Andrew.
Can I at least make a response?
Am I gonna start the lock in again? Let me finish what I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead.
You guys don't have to mute him.
Go ahead.
I got it. I'm okay. Let's go back to what I
originally said. Yeah, they're very rude mods. Anyway, go ahead.
Don't start, Andrew. This is how you got kicked the last time.
Don't kick me. You love me over here. All right, come on.
I don't. So we started this conversation, which you said, okay, to the way that these people are being treated within these facilities, right? So the first thing I read you from the museum was the fact that there was a complete disregard for human rights and harsh conditions.
Which is not happening here.
Right? I just told you how it's happening.
No, it's not happening. You haven't actually demonstrated that that's happening.
There are cases against cases on cases on cases in every single one of these for-profit prisons of abuse, neglect, not being able to eat, not having proper air conditioning, not having proper places to go to the bathroom, hundreds of prisoners to a cell or whatever. There is plenty of cases of this.
Well, can we go through? Yes, you do, so that we can go through the specifics.
Oh my God. Okay, so before we do that, due process, you find one that's not. A course of formal proceedings carried out regularly in accordance with established rules and principles, so-called procedure due process. A judicial requirement that enacted laws may not contain provisions that result in unfair, arbitrary, or unreasonable treatment of an individual.
Great. I agree.
Per the Constitution, it's pulling up. I have to verify that I'm a human. Per the Constitution, the 14th Amendment protects due process, provides that no state may deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. The Supreme Court has applied the clause to two main contexts. First, the court has constructed the clause to provide protections that are similar to those in the Fifth Amendment due process clause, except while the Fifth Amendment applies to the federal government action, the 14th binds the states. So states and federal both need to provide all persons, not just citizens, with due process.
Okay.
Now, tell me again, have all of the people within these camps, within these detention centers, have they all had due process?
As far as I'm aware, yeah. Do you have a specific case where that's not the case? Because as far as I am aware, the law as it's prescribed is they're being afforded the law which is prescribed for people who are in the country illegally.
You do understand that coming over a port of entry through a non-port of entry does not determine that you get locked up. It doesn't even entail jail time all the time. You understand that, right?
Of course.
And in order for that to be the case, you would need to be found guilty of that. So are you telling me that every person within these detention centers are found guilty of a crime?
No, my claim is just that can you show me anybody who's actually being deprived of due process of law? Who?
Well, if they're not all, if they're not all.
Well, I haven't conceded that
crime,
it's not
then
all.
why are they in detention center?
Well, hang on a second. First of all, you can go to a detention center even if you haven't been found guilty of a crime. For instance, if I had a DUI, I would go to a detention center. But okay, just stop. Let me talk now. I didn't interrupt you.
I know.
I didn't. Hang on. I didn't interrupt you. I didn't interrupt you.
No, but I need you to correlate it.
I'm trying, but you have to let me talk.
I just need you to correlate it to them.
Okay, I'm going to, but just chill out. Just chill out. So if I got a DUI and I went to a detention and I went to a cell overnight, I have not actually been found guilty of a crime, right?
Okay, these are not overnight cells. So
yeah, if I was there over the weekend, if I was there for 7 days, I haven't been found guilty of a crime.
These people have not been there for 7 days or overnight.
Yes, and you can hold people for elongated.
The crime? What's the crime?
Well, here I'll make it super easy. Okay, the gentleman Tyler Robinson, who murdered Charlie Kirk, was he found guilty of a crime yet? Because the state is holding him. The state is holding him, and he hasn't been found guilty of a crime.
Investigation for a felony?
Has he been found guilty of a crime?
A felony and a misdemeanor are two totally different things.
Yes, you can be held even for misdemeanors. Yes, under the law. What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Andrew,
you just cut me off.
Show me how long.
Are you ever going to let me talk?
Show me. You cut me off a bunch.
Well, I didn't cut you off once, actually. I let you do your whole spiel.
Show me how long you can legally hold somebody under a misdemeanor.
That would be your burden. Show me. That would be your burden. You're the one saying they're mistreated.
You're the one that said it. You said, nope, you're the one that said it. You said that you can be held in jail.
Yes, you can.
With a misdemeanor.
You can.
So now tell me how long.
Well, wait, my claim wasn't that wasn't my claim. My claim was I've seen no compelling evidence from you that these people are being deprived due process. Can you show me how?
I'm asking you what their crime is. I've asked you what their crime is.
You can be held absent a crime. So what is the due process?
You cannot.
Yes, you can.
You cannot.
You can.
There has to be a reason.
Yes, there has to be a reason.
That you committed a crime.
No, they don't have to assume.
What's the crime they're assuming to have committed?
Well, they're here illegally. What do you mean?
I'm sorry.
They're here illegally. What are you talking about?
That's not a crime.
It is a crime.
That's not a crime.
It is too.
What crime is it? What law does it break?
You mean illegally entering the nation? Doesn't break any laws?
What crime is it?
Yeah, I can pull up the exact crime. Hang on.
Pull it up. How much of this is going on your YouTube, Andrew?
All of it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, under U.S. law, unlawful entry is a criminal offense.
What U.S. law?
Yeah, hang on and pull it up. It's 8 U.S.C. 1325.
That's a civil, babes, not a criminal.
Where are you looking it up from? House.gov?
Also, illegal re-entry, which is 8 USC and
That's
1326.
after they've already been removed from the country and they come back.
Yeah, you would have to
Right.
demonstrate that there is that these people are actually being mistreated and don't have due process of law. That's your claim, and you seem to be obfuscating from that.
If you're telling me that 8 US 13 is a criminal offense, when you have it right in front of you, you're being disingenuous. Any alien who enters or attempts to enter the United States at any time or place other than designated by an immigration officer, eludes examination or inspection by an immigration officer, attempts to enter or obtain entry to the United States by willfully false or misleading representation, or the willful concealment of material fact shall, for the first commission of any such offense, be fined under Title 18 or imprisoned not more than 6 months.
You ready for this?
If found guilty,
I'm about to.
I'm
I'm about to blow you out on this. Under 8 USC 1325, it is a federal crime for any non-citizen to improperly enter the United States. The law specifically criminalizes entering at any time or place, and this is according to the House government. This is house.gov. You have a better source than house.gov?
I'm just gonna tell you, and you're I don't know why that you are reading. I don't know what you're reading.
House.gov?
That's what I'm reading. I have it right in front of me.
Then read it. It's a crime.
I was, and you interrupted me while I was in the middle of reading it.
It's a crime. What are you talking? It's a crime.
Hold on, Andrew, no one denied that it's a crime.
And she did deny it's a crime. She said it's a civil infraction.
She said I said they need to be found.
Still be a crime. You are aware of that.
Yes, but she said that it wasn't a crime. It's live on YouTube. You realize this.
She did not say that it was not a crime. She said it's a civil infraction. You can still commit a crime with a civil infraction.
She was saying it wasn't a crime. Don't be disingenuous. Yes, she was.
I'm not being disingenuous. I heard exactly what the said. I heard what you said.
It is a
Never
crime.
once said that it wasn't a crime.
It is a crime. They can be held for doing the crime. Now tell me where they're being deprived of due process now that you've been blown out on this. Go ahead.
No one's arguing.
You have to prove that every person within that facility
you would have to prove
is being held on this crime.
No, you would have to
now
prove
when
it.
I prove it, right, I'm going to prove it.
Okay.
But don't crash out before I do, because you know you're about to get proven wrong.
Sure I am.
Okay.
Literally losing my Fortnite game because of this shit. What the
Hey, Maddie, be nice.
No, I'm not going to be nice.
Why not? Don't go kiss your husband. Tell him he's a good-looking guy. Now make him a sandwich. Make him a sandwich. Tell him he's a good-looking guy.
No.
You're not going to make your husband a sandwich? Like what?
No, he's getting me food actually because it's my birthday.
Oh my God, that poor guy. Go ahead.
So track immigration.
Huh?
We can agree, right?
We can.
Are you going to tracking immigration?
Are you going to show me where they're being deprived of due process? That's what you said. That's your claim.
Andrew, are we going to agree on the source or not?
We're going to agree that you need to show me the evidence of them being deprived due process. Okay.
I'm asking you.
Then do that. You don't need to ask me questions to show me the proof.
You said they could be held on the assumption that they've committed a crime.
No, that's not what I said. Now, anyway, can you just show me?
Exactly verbatim what you said.
Can you show me the proof?
People can just be picked up and put in jail and held on the basis of investigation.
Show me the proof that they're being deprived.
I will. Can we
do
agree?
Then do that.
I told you he was going to crash out, chat. Did I not tell you that when we got
You're
to this
the one
point,
crashing out. You just won't show the evidence of your claim.
Can we agree on this? Agree on track immigration, trace reports for immigration within detention centers is an okay source. Yes or no?
I don't know. Let's find out. Who's it run by?
Let's find out.
God damn it.
Maddie's dying in Fortnite.
Yes, I just died in Fortnite. Now
This is tracereports.org. This is track immigration.
Okay, hang on.
60,000 in detention as of April 4th, 2026. 78% of current detainees have no criminal convictions. None.
So what? That doesn't show that they're being deprived of due. That doesn't prove that they're being deprived of due process.
If they have no criminal convictions, what are they being held for?
Tyler Robinson doesn't have any criminal convictions. What's your point?
Hold on, Andrew. Thomas, his name is not Chuck with one follower. It's Andrew Wilson.
No, it's Chuck. My name is Chuck.
So can we talk now about 70% of the current detainees have no criminal convictions?
Yeah, sure. I don't understand, though, how that means that they're being deprived of due process.
Because if they don't have criminal convictions, what are they being held for?
Well, again, they have broken the law. I showed you the law that they broke. And it is criminal.
When do they get their day in court?
Well, under the prescription of law, you would have to make that determination as to what the prescription of law says. So under the prescription of law,
they're not getting court dates. They're not getting phone calls. They're not getting attorneys. They're not getting court dates.
Then can you? This is where you would have to prove that they're not actually getting due process. That's what I've been waiting for this whole time.
So the Fifth Circuit of Appeals on Thursday ruled the federal government can't hold undocumented immigrants for more than 90 days without a bond hearing, rejecting a Trump's administration policy that requires immigration agents to hold immigrants until they're deported. A 2-1 ruling, a 3-judge panel based in New Orleans said federal government must explain at court hearings why they believe some undocumented migrants don't deserve to be released on bond. Our only requirement is that a hearing must be held within 90 days of the commencement of detention, and at that hearing, the government must articulate an individual justification for further detention without bond. Why would there need to be a court ruling if they weren't holding undocumented migrants without hearings for long periods of time?
Well,
I'm just curious why there needed
first of
to
all,
be a ruling
inside
on
of
that.
circuit,
I'm going to find it, but
well, inside of circuit courts, you have to understand that you can challenge for anything that you want. There are progressive circuit courts, in fact, who will rule and try to make federal law, even federal circuit courts will try to make federal law out of that. Recently,
but do you think that they
hang
just
on,
did this
you
for
got.
no reason?
Can
That
you
was the question. No,
can you at least
I
let me
understand.
finish responding?
Sure.
Okay, great. So anyway, these various circuit courts, because this is challenged, right? That would be part of the law process. So I don't know what you're even talking about here. That is part of the process of law. But a circuit court ruling on something, and it may get challenged back the other direction, has no bearing on whether or not these people are being deprived of actual due process.
Due process before being when somebody is detained and deported, it is within our Constitution all persons get due process regardless of whether they're a citizen or not.
We've already established this. Yes.
We've already established it. I'm just reiterating. So when we're talking about detainees being deported without court dates, that a circuit court had to rule on that a certain amount of time cannot pass and they cannot be deported without it. Why would they do that if that wasn't happening?
Because it was,
That's my question.
Well, wait a second. You're conflating a couple things. The Trump administration is saying, no, the due process actually works this way. The circuit court says, no, we don't think so. It's being challenged in the courts. That doesn't actually mean anybody's being deprived of due process, though. A court ruling would not make that some sort of officiate, especially if it just happened last week. They would still have been following the orders of due process. Now, if it's the case that after this order happens, and this is what the law establishes, that then they don't comply with whatever that court ruling was, then you could maybe make the claim that they had no due process. But right now you can't.
Your chat is saying deporting is due process. That's not due process. So
okay, well, you're not arguing with my chat. You're arguing with me.
No. Heard. I'm clarifying.
That's a straw man.
And I'm allowed to do what I want because
that's just a straw man.
I'm clarifying not to you. I'm clarifying to the chat that deporting is not due process.
Okay, but can you contend with my argument, though?
Sure, I'm still attempting to make sure that I find the correct information for you, that you're not going to say, that's not true. And I'm telling you that there is no reason why any court, would have to make a law to say, you have to do this thing and give them due process.
What do you mean?
If there wasn't happening.
Well, wait. Wait, what? Hang on.
First of all, Constitution...
It doesn't. Hang on. If the court just made this ruling, if the court,
Trump can't make it up.
Yeah, but who determines what due process is? The courts, right?
The Constitution and the
Constitution doesn't determine what due process is.
You're saying that the law doesn't define what due process is.
No, I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying the Constitution doesn't define what due process is, only that you have due process.
The law is based off of the Constitution.
Yes,
What
I'm
are you saying?
aware, but you have to tell me what due process is being violated, because if a judge just last week said, "Hey, we demand that you have,
If
within."
they saw a judge,
can you
that's due
chill for 2
process.
seconds?
No, because if they saw a
No.
judge, that's due process.
No, that's not what I said. You have to listen to what I'm saying
Right,
to
but
you.
you're giving me an argument. We
How do you
agree.
know
If
what the
they saw a
argument?
judge,
How do
that's
you,
due
how do you even
process.
know what the argument is? You won't let me finish your
can't even
point.
You finished a lot of points.
I
Stop
know.
crying,
I haven't
please.
even. You won't let me finish my
Please stop
point.
whining.
I promise.
You're being
You
very
stop
whiny.
whining. You cut me off every 5 seconds.
I'm not whining.
You're
I promise.
screaming. Now you're screeching. Yeah,
Andrew,
okay.
you're
I
gonna
mean, you
end
want
up
to play
getting kicked for
stupid
being
games,
misogynistic.
you get stupid prizes. Like,
You're winning. You're winning.
do you want to
stupid
let me?
prizes
Do
by
you
being
want to? Do you want to let me
misogynistic.
actually finish my point? Because
I'm
I've been
not
letting
screaming.
you were just no. You were screeching. There's a difference.
No, I wasn't screeching either.
You were screeching.
No.
Yep, you were.
Can I see it, Nikki? Because if that's the case and the mods aren't muting it, I'm just gonna pick them.
Yeah, I since I'm not a subscriber, I can't go back and see it. But they're calling Maddie a. It's wild in here.
There's thousands of
I mean,
people here. You
it's
think there's
awful.
like 14 mods?
Still
They're saying I should
14
get-
mods.
they're saying I-
kicked me.
They're saying I should get off the
Fucking
game and
mud
take
shark.
care of my
They
kid.
kicked
Like they're
me.
saying, like I should get off the game and take care of my kid, even though my husband's right
I
next
got
to
it.
me.
I
Like
got it. I got it.
you
I
go
got
f
it.
yourself, Andrew.
What the
just-
did I do?
Andrew, if you can't, I understand that there's 6,000 people in your chat, but if you can't control the people, there's a reason that hateful, harmful people watch you.
What is
Let's
it?
be so for real. There's a reason that those people are attracted to you. So there must be something that you're doing that's allowing them to feel comfortable enough in your chat to say those things.
What the
Because people who watch me, who support me, that are doing those things, even if they're friendlies, I don't give a if I've known them for 250 years.
What the
I don't if I knew them in a past life. They would be muted, blocked, or gone.
Just anything to not contend with the argument. Anything to not contend with the argument.
People, we have mods for that.
By the way, I have not actually seen these comments. I have not actually seen them anywhere. Was it like one commenter? 2 commenters? I don't know. I haven't actually seen them. But on top of that, it's like, you just don't want to contend with the argument. She never actually contended with the argument. Not even once. Wouldn't do it. What the just wouldn't do it. Crazy. Wait a second. What the like, what the how I don't how's this my fault? Do I go in and tell her what her people can say about me? No. They talk those TikTok lives about my wife, kids, everything. I don't complain about it. What the feminist tone policing? 100%. Rude. Just didn't want to contend with the argument. They never want to contend with the argument. Unreal. Chat's going a mile a minute, and we're supposed to police everything in it. Ridiculous.